Hello, hello.
Hello? Oh, there we go. Thanks for that in, hombre. Not sure why my mic wasn't getting picked up. I don't know how I didn't notice it either. I saw that the audio was going out, but not my own mic. Well, I'm not gonna... I won't go over everything a second time. I was just going over the standings here and talking about how even the spread of players has been very evenly distributed, I feel. Like there's no, like, you know, like last season we're looking at Miku just going on a tear, like he was almost unmatched for the individual standings. Whereas this time, you know, it's pretty, like there's no breakaway players and there's no player that's performing inherently worse than anybody else. I think it's been very cool. Cheez is just hunting down the last player for the table we're watching tonight. So apologies.
Yeah, we have a bit of a problem.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I actually haven't been looking much at the stats in general. You got anything cool going on here? We haven't had a Yakuman yet, right, Eva? Our leagues don't seem to draw Yakumans. Which is interesting because in the friendlies that we have each week, I've noticed that we've had a couple. We had 2 in the last couple of weeks. Oh, you don't even have a sub. Oh no.
Yes.
You have to go sub?
Well, the thing is, I can't fairly substitute since I'm playing.
Oh, you're playing as well, of course, yeah. That's
a bit of a pickle, eh?
Yeah,
Unless we emergency veggies.
yeah, I mean, I can, but
I think. Oh wait, how many people in the lobby? Nope, that's not some. No. Nice.
I mean, if you can't get anyone else, I can.
I think we might have to.
Yeah.
Because I have tried messaging people, but no one is available.
We'll see if someone responds to the ping here. Guess it was just I was just so self-assured. I was like, oh well, you know, if we have nobody, then there'll be a sub. Don't even have a sub. That's awkward.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's what Cheez was just saying, and Umbrea that he would sub, but because he's also playing in the league, it sort of has that conflict.
I mean, I could totally play fairly, but like people can make an argument that
yeah, exactly.
I shouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't be a sub. So, actually, I think we need to run an emergency, bro.
Yep. Okay.
If you could just sign into a Tenno account that's just like ARMA hyphen.
Well, I need to make one.
No, it's like one of those where you can just input a name. And...
Oh, okay. Let me get the tournament lobby.
Capital ARMA, capital S for sub.
A number or anything?
Nah.
Oh, that's not it.
Just making sure I sent you what it should be.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm reading the comments in the chat, and Humphrey, unfortunately, it's a bit difficult to do a solo cast when Veggie has to play, unless he can somehow stream a game
I can stream the game while playing it.
and then mute me.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
You could just make it like a casual game.
Okay, are you in?
I mean, I believe so. I didn't give the name you, I just saw it. But I have a name. I could just log out again, I guess. Yeah, I have the stream. That's the issue, and I don't think Cheez has the setup for it.
Oh wait, never mind. I got someone.
You
it's
got
alright.
someone? You got.
I've got someone.
All right.
Okay, log.
I have to hunt down my Tenho ID now.
Oh no.
It's some. I mean, my account's not worth anything if I lose it. Should be safe somewhere. Right. Emergency avoided. Yeah, no, I was just saying I think your graphs are really good in Hombre because it's okay to look at numbers, but I feel like a visual representation is really good to sort of see. You can really look at it and at a glance realize where everyone sits and everything. So they're super cool, in my opinion. A bit unfortunate for cube heads, whatever's happened today, because I mean, you know, just looking here, they're only 50 points out of a top 8 spot, and this is not gonna be great for them. Just a sucker for graphs. Graphs are nice. I much enjoy the like the data is beautiful subreddit, for example. Lots of pretty graphs on there.
This is a bit awkward.
Yeah, no, that's alright.
No, I asked the sub to sign it as ARMA sub, but then he screwed up and signed it as no name. So now we'd have 2 no names.
Oh.
It's alright. I think we'll have to run with it.
Oh, we'll figure out something here. In fact, I already have a way to make it work, maybe. Well, I had this good to go, but it is gonna be a bit awkward, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus.
Game is starting. You'd see it pop up here in a second. You'll refresh just in case.
Oh my god, we started. It's a miracle.
Any second. I'm not too sure how we're gonna tell who's who.
Oh no, don't worry, we fixed it. We got an ARMA sub in there.
Oh, we have an ARMA sub? Oh, wonderful. Yeah, fix that again. I don't need to do that. Just go. If the game will pop up.
Well, now we hope that it's a fast game, so we don't run overtime.
Yeah, last week my first game ran overtime as well. I jumped right into the second game and it was already like East 2 or something. Alright.
Might have been a good idea to emergency switch to watch another game, but oh well. It was a bit hectic overall.
Ready, yeah. Tuck that in. So, as I was just saying, it's a bit unfortunate for Cubeheads or UW. They weren't looking to be ready to fight for a top 8 spot if they had a couple good results this week, but this is going to put a bit of a damper in that. And yeah, let's wait for this to go live. Yeah, probably should have swapped at least for a bit. Well, not much to be done about it now. About 2 minutes away from this starting. Thanks for waiting with us, stream.
I wasn't like paying attention. Did we talk about where the teams were?
Briefly, I can go over it again. If you want me to pop it up here. Yeah, like so Cubehebs were ready to fight for a spot in this game. Obviously, they're going to take a bit of a penalty here, which is unfortunate. Golden Chun were a bit behind them. Will obviously benefit immediately from this. And then for our other two players in this table, we had the FA team, who were sitting right there with Cubeheads.
And then Urasan.
And Urasan, who are, well within the mix currently. They'll be looking to try and just get themselves a bit more subtly into the top 8.
Yeah, hold that top 8.
Mm-mm.
So they do have quite the lead over 7th and 8th at the moment. So not too worried.
Yeah. They've got that nice 100-point gap. It's a good buffer. But yeah, like it's gonna be an interesting set for at least the bottom 3 teams that will, before Cube heads, unfortunately.
Yeah, FA team and Golden Chin, this game will totally want the first place from this Hanchan.
Yes. You're on the way. And Dealer Snowy here. It's quite a nice hand to begin the game with.
Yeah, definitely. Many different ways this hand could go. Could be a Ipeiko into 3-4-5 Sozu. Could be Tanyao if they draw the right tiles. Could be 2-3-4 Sanshoku. Anything is possible with this hand.
This glitching's been happening now for me. I'm just gonna have to leave it like this. Sorry, you're gone.
We get a Hatsupon from our sub. Does draw a 5-pin with the 9-pin Dora. Might move towards a Honitsu if they keep drawing the Pinzu.
Yep.
Else they might settle with that 3-4 man Ryanman. We do have a Haku and Chun pair from Rad. So the rest of their shapes aren't looking too good right now. They did cut the 6-pin, 6-man and 4-man. I think they were looking for some sort of Toy or Chanta hand.
Yeah, definitely. They're obviously looking at all these edge tiles and the 2 dragon pairs and hoping to get that. Don't think the hands will be quite quick enough to keep up with the other players.
Last but not least, we have No Name. Did just make an Anko out of that 1 pin, so progressing quite nicely with that Aka 5-man in their hand as well.
Yes.
I think Snowy drew a 2-pin earlier, so they are now Ishan 10.
Still
but can upgrade in many ways.
Yeah. Obviously, 7-man will pretty much lock the hand into place, but depending on what they draw, yeah, they can go a couple different ways. Rad here opens up, trying to lock in this Chanta, Haku, maybe Chun. Still got 2 Chuns left in the wall. And
our sub did pair up the 9, so they went for a normal hand. Did take the Kanchan 8-pin away, which from their point of view there were 2 left, instead of taking the 4-7-pin 9 so away, which would have been much wider.
Yeah. They probably weren't to know that. Snowy he manages to pair up a pair of the Dora. Very, very good for him.
But did chuck the 5 so earlier, which means the Ishan 10 isn't as good as they would have liked.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to discard the 3 so into Rad, who looked like they were going for some sort of Chanta hand.
Yeah, it's possible. Especially with the... And again, the 9-man cut after that. He's probably thinking at the 6-man. We've got a DC, actually.
And that's really unfortunate because the 8-man was dropped by Snowy, which Rad would have liked to Chi and take Empire.
Oh, and the Chun.
Oh, and does draw the Chun as well, which they have to automatically throw away.
Very unfortunate.
Snowy did manage to redraw the 5, so the Aka 5, so in fact. So...
Red has rejoined, but their chances of winning this hand now have basically dropped to 0.
Yeah. There is still a chance they can get Tenpai if Snowy gets the Tenpai and drops the 3 so.
Is Tenpai here?
Yeah. He would be free 10, so I think he'll take the 3-6 so door away. No, he takes the free 10 2 5-star. Which Rad will Chi, putting him to Tenpai on Hanchan 8-man. But Atsumo on the last 8-pin by our sub gives him Hatsu Dora 1.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for Rad, because he did sort of had that hand come together in the end, but...
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird hand overall.
Yeah. Lots of interesting things. Now here's Snowy. Has a pair of the Dora Dragons.
But so does No Name, so
Yeah.
might be difficult for either one of them to really win. I guess the only thing going for No Name is if he goes for Honitsu, he could have the Haku as his pair.
Yep.
But Snowy, I assume while he's sitting there playing, he's like, I just want to pawn this Haku so that he can start calling the rest of his hand. But
yeah,
he doesn't know that both the other Hakus are sitting quite tightly in No Name's hand.
No Name here is pretty much dedicated to the Honitsu as well. They've thrown the 3-man, they passed up the 9-man. Yeah.
There is still a small chance they go Cheetoy instead, but we'll see what happens with their hand. 2-pin draw for our sub puts them into 2 Shanten, but many upgrades they could draw in the Sozu. Ooh, 5-pin draw for No Name puts them into Ishanten for Cheetoy.
Yeah, Cheetoy. It'd be interesting if they want to push that for Cheetoy Honitsu.
Oh, 4-so draw for Rad is really good with the 2 Arcta in their hand.
Yeah, that's a really
They
good
are
draw.
in 2 Shanten, but with many tiles that they can accept.
Yeah, Snowy's hand here is just completely stuck. He really needed this Haku to sort of be able to make progress, and it's not gonna come.
Yeah. So 9-pin not being pawned by No Name means he's probably settled for the Cheetoy.
Yeah, it would seem so.
1-pin draw for our sub gives him a closed Ipeiko and putting him into a perfect Ishanten, both for Cheetoy and a regular hand.
Yeah, and Rand dedicating, putting his hand, trying to get an Ipeiko, cutting the 5, Aka 5-man.
Yeah, chose not to keep the 1-3-5-man with the Aka 5-man.
Yeah. Okay, so No Name. Boom. There's the 5-man to go with the 5-man.
Yeah, 6-man pawn from Snowy will put him Atuzuke for the Haku, which,
Yeah.
as we can see, he obviously won't get.
Well, he'll be able to hopefully get the Rikoku points at the very least. And No Name is also trying to get the Tenpai now with a Honitsu.
Oh, Snowy does get his Tenpai. Waiting on the Haku 4-pin. Haku his only out.
Yeah.
And No Name also getting into Tenpai. Waiting on the 3-6 pin. And Tenpai for our sub. He re-cheese, he'll have re-chi pin, but he's choosing to Dharma on the pin for Ipeiko.
And Tenpai ran, but the deal's in.
Yep.
Another tidy 2k there for the sub.
Okay, next hand.
Very fast hand for the sub.
6-pin Dora, and yeah, like you said, our sub has a confirmed E-Paker already, and Tanyao with an Aka and a Dora. So definitely would want a 2 or a 4-pin to pair up, and then they'll have a massive hand.
Wow. That is the 2-pin.
Oh!
Richie.
He does get the 2-pin, and Richie is waiting on the 5-8 pin for Richie pin for Tanyao. E-Paker Dora Aka. That is already an Hanuman.
Yeah. This is the kind of luck you can get when you've got no pressure to play well, right? Can't.
Unfortunately for him, there is only one 8-pin left, which is really unfortunate.
Right, yeah.
For a third turn, 2-sided Richie.
Yeah, I counted 2, one of each left. I forgot the 5-pin in the wall. Oh, here we go.
Oh, and it's dead.
It's dead. Will it be sealed away? I don't know if you want a second Kana in this table with a Richie on the field.
Oh, it could happen.
Yeah, it depends on how Snowy wants to take the hand in the end. Is there any way any of these 5-pins come out with a 4-pin Richie?
If considering Rad can't, if his hand develops where the 5-pin doesn't end up connecting to anything, he could end up reaching and discarding that 5-pin.
Yeah. Boom. Meanwhile, yeah, no names opened up. They are Ishanten. Boom.
Tempa.
And Tempa.
On the 1-4, so
Also
which is
Zargon.
one left.
Yeah. One remaining Iso in the wall. Yeah, the 5 does come out after it doesn't connect to anything.
Yeah, so Richie pin for Tanya E-Paker. Dora Aka Ura for Baiman.
And the Khan brings us to that Baiman.
A massive win for our sub, a massive hit to Rad.
Very unfortunate for them. It's tough against an early Richie like that. Especially when it's, you know, an actual good hand.
So East 4, 6 pins to Dora. There's only one in Snowy's hand.
Yeah, pair of the ton for Snowy. Could see them open up. They've got a Dora, as you said.
And Rad just picked up another Aka, so he has 2 Aka in his hand.
You really want to try and take away the dealership from the sub here. Not only variant first, but they've clearly got the flow going for them.
So, with our rules for how the sub works, what happens is everyone gets raised to first, second, and third Uma.
Yep.
So even though our sub is in first place, if we take the scores as they are now, No Name would get the 50 Uma that the first place normally would.
Yes.
So
yeah, I think
you don't have to fight too hard for first place. You just have to beat the other 2 players from the other team.
Yeah. Guess it's just you don't really want to lose more points than you have to as well. Boom. I think that this is definitely the first sub game I've had on stream. Not too sure about J.
Yeah, I think this might be the first sub game.
Yeah. Speaking of our sub, it's not as close to Tenpai as it looks, but it's getting there.
Might move towards... Nah, probably won't move towards Suzu.
No, it's a bit too much, yeah.
Rad does have quite the nice Ishan 10. Wide, that is, except the 4-mans are kind of dying. So ideally they could draw a 5-man and wait on the 2-5 pin while keeping the Aka.
Well,
meanwhile, no name calling. Yep.
Getting themselves into Tenpai in the 5-pin. 2 left in the wall.
Snowy is Ishan 10. Kutsuki on the 6-pin Forcer, and he draws the best tile, giving him a 147 pin Sanmen-chan. The 1-pins are dead. There is 1 4-pin.
Yep.
And 1 7-pin.
Yes. Not the greatest Sanmen-chan, but I mean from their view, not the worst. You can't see any of the 4s or the 1s. There's that 5-man.
Oh, Rad does roll the 5-man, giving the 2 5-pin weight, but no name. Sumo is the last 5-pin.
5-pin picks up an extra 2 sticks. Thank you very much. Well, we got our wish so far. This match has moved already on to South. After the late start. Iman Dora, of which no name has 2. Obviously these edge Doras do make it a bit harder to incorporate into your hand if you want to open. I didn't know from playing with them personally, no name does love to open their hands up and...
Yes.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see how exactly they want to take this hand if they can't draw what they need. Rad here is filling all their Rianmans. They drew the 8-man or the 7-man last turn.
Yeah, ideally you draw around like the 3-5 pin or 3-ser, and then you get a 3-4-5 Sanshoku with Pinfu.
Yep. Very big potential for a turnaround hand for them now.
Oh, but they choose to drop the 4-pin and keep the honor tiles.
Could this be a safety thing, I suppose? I'm not too sure.
Does pair up the Hatsu, but
There
they
they
can
are.
see the other 2 Hatsus in discards already.
Yeah. No name is progressing this hand towards a perhaps Itsu in the Sozu. Keeping the 1-man as a pair.
Oh, does draw the Akabaiman, and now their hand is drawn at 3. They can even call a 4-ser and wait on the 7-ser, or if they're a bit more spicy, call the 7-ser and Hachizuke on the 4-ser.
Yeah. They've got a lot of options now here, depending if they want to open up. Could be that Rad here is thinking about an Itsu also. And that's why they're a bit more comfortable cutting those, like the 4-pin and things like that. There is the 7 so. One of them at least.
Ooh, will we con? Yes, we will.
We can't.
Oh, but he draws a 6-man, which
Is a bit, yeah.
bit of a backfire after they drop the 8-man.
The new 7-pin Dora has been discarded by 2 of the players, but our sub does have one of them.
Is Ishan 10?
Yeah. There's the 2-man.
Though the Ishan 10 involves the 5-pin that's been conned away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, Rad did draw the 2-man, putting him into quite the nice Ishan 10. And No Name did elect to Cheez the 7 so and wait on the 4-7 so, but they can only win on the 4 so.
Boom.
Yeah.
Sitting quite comfortably in our subs' hands, but it might come loose from Rad or Snowy, depending on how they draw.
I think the only saving grace for them is that it does look like No Name is going for a Sozo Honetsu. There's the last 4-man.
Oh, but I think that locks it away in Snowy's hand.
Yep.
So it's only on Rad. He would discard it if he drew the 5 so or the 9-pin, but both are locked away, so I don't think it will come out from Rad at this rate.
Yeah. It should just go down to Rikyoku. Oh, and dealer managed to pick up Tempai, yeah?
It's really good for Snowy.
Yep.
Not only keeping his dealership, but also making sure that No Name, who is currently in first place out of the 3 players, doesn't get even more points and slip further ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Nice 3k point swing for the dealer. Love to see that.
Yeah. It does open with quite a decent hand. There's many nice shapes.
Yep, potential
In fact,
Sanshoku.
Yeah, practically all perfect shapes.
Yeah. It's a nice 7-pin there for Rad. Dora fills his Kanchan. He could have called that 7-man and cut the 4-5 Sozo and gone for a Itsu of some sort, but it feels a bit, yeah. This early, you're not that desperate, I don't think.
I think you're looking for a bit more value than just 2,000 points.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Snowy is Ishanten for the Sanshoku Pinfu Dora.
Yeah, even in the worst case, it's Richi Dora 2 for 7,700 with the bonus, would be 8,000. So
yeah,
best case scenario, we're looking at 18 or 24,000.
Yeah, be a really good hand for them. It's the Richi.
Cheez.
Waits on the Penchan 7-man, which there is 1 left in the wall. The 1-pin does get immediately cheated by No Name, who is now Tempai on the Kanchan 2-so for Sanshoku Akawan.
It's a nice hand for them. Yeah, Snowy doesn't want to cut the 7 so into this Richu, which is understandable. A 7 pin rather, not 7 so. They might. They do get back into Tempai.
Yeah, waiting on the 6-9, so which does immediately come out from No Name. That's Richi, Ipatsu, Dora to Aka. Uro would be 18,000, but no.
Doesn't find it,
a
but
manga.
yeah, they'll take it. They'll take a manga and plus 2. Another 7 pin Dora. 3 hands in a row.
This time, not as great of a starting hand for Snowy.
Yeah, not quite as good as the last one, but it's got potential. Sub has some nice shapes. They can fill in a couple shapes on the edges there, or pair up a couple tiles. Red with 2 Aka. Actually, No Name here is what, 2 Shanten for Chitoy?
Yes.
But yeah, they got 4 pairs, so they wanted that, it immediately backfired, but you know, that's how Chitoy goes.
Yeah, would definitely like to pair up the 7 pin Dora.
Yeah.
But instead, Rad pairs it up. They do have a Hatsu pair and an Aka, so hoping to be able to pawn that Hatsu. Ooh, 3 pin draw for our sub is really nice, filling in that penchant.
They are each on 10. And they've upgraded that Ishanten. That's 5 man.
Hoping for either that 4-5-6 Hanshoku or the 7 pin Dora will do.
Either or will be fine, yeah. Rad's still waiting on one of these Hatsu. The Aka 5 so is a bit stuck right now as well. No, that's not what we're after now. Okay, so now, yeah, No Name can move his hand towards a bit more of a regular looking hand.
Oop, that's Tenpai. Does miss out on the Sanshoku. Choosing to Dharma.
And Tenpai, not Tenpai, it is Tenpai there for No Name also. The 3-man 9 pin Shabo.
Each.
They do change to just a 7 pin weights.
Yeah, it is a Dora, so if they summon it, it would be Richi Sumo Dora too.
Yep.
And there is still one left in the wall somewhere. Our sub choosing to push the 3 pin into the Richi.
Rad Chasers waiting on the 6 so Hanchan, which there are 1 left.
So it's a 1v1.
Sumo.
Oh, but
And-
our sub Sumo's a Sumo pinfield.
Yeah. So south to Rad has this is their chance to try and close this gap a bit. Their hand kind of lends itself to that. They need to do a couple good draws here. That is one of them. And that's another one. No name. Also, with some good shapes. Cutting down some of the excess pairs. The sub choosing to pass up the first Hatsu that comes. With the early cuts on their hand, looks like they might be looking to a Chanta. Potential Sanshoku. But the 9 pins are dying.
I think Rad should chuck the 1 pins.
Yeah.
Though they were Ishan 10 for HE toy, so maybe the 7 pin for now is better.
Yeah. It can be a bit tough to know how you want to take the hand.
Like they could have called that 6 pin and gone for like Tanyao, Aka 3,
Yeah.
but I think they're eyeing that Chitoy chant. Now with the 4 so draw, what will they do? No, they're still keeping the Chitoy Ishan 10.
Well, I suppose. No. Yeah. Meanwhile, Snowy's managed to get their hand to a Honitsu.
Each.
And No Name has found a Tenpai waiting on the Kanchan Freeman for Richi Peiko Tanyao.
Home.
2-3 man still, so not bad.
Not too bad at all, yeah.
Ooh,
That's
now he
one
does draw one.
Yeah, it is Tenpai. Yeah, Tenpai on the 6th one. There's only one of those left.
Ooh, will they shove this 4 pin?
It's not.
I don't think they will, considering that they can see that there's only one 6 man left.
Yeah. It does feel like not the kind of shove you want to do.
Yep. And they choose not to. Our sub did manage to get themselves back into Ishan 10, being able to use both the Doras. Oh, but they draw the 3-man. And they discard it because it's Suji to the Richi. Dealing into the Richi Tanyao Ipeiko. No Ura.
No
5,200.
Ura, yeah. I thought for a minute that the sub might fold on the Freeman, but yeah, I guess with the Suji there, you're a bit more inclined to try and shove it. So South 3, sub with an Anko of the double Yakuhai. And 1 Dora in hand.
Snowy with quite a nice hand. Does have an isolated Dora, so we'd love to pair it up. Instead, picks up an Aka 5-pin, which they hope to connect to.
Yeah. Connect to something, then you have to throw the other Dora for one of them. Yeah.
So now they are Ishan 10 for Itsu, probably, well, either Dora 2 or 3. If they draw the 7 so, I'd imagine they'll wait on the east. And then if they draw either of the 5-pin or the east, then they'll just chuck the other Dora.
Yep. Still 2 of the east winds left in the wall for either one of our players here to pair up. There's one of them though. It's a 4-pin to go with the 5-pin. They did choose to cut the Dora here. And that's Senpai. Rad. Goes to the Shabo, waiting on the 1/5 man, which is immediately drawn by No Name.
But it does fit in his hand.
Yep. And that is a Tenpai for Snowy.
Chooses not to push.
Yeah, it's... I mean... Depending what they draw next, they can maybe get this towards some sort of a... Tanya Dora 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Which might be worth pushing over, but we'll see how they want to play it.
Alright, let me sort out the other
Yeah, go ahead.
tables.
And that is Tenpai here for Snowy. You have to push the 8-so, but they do. Richie as well. Waiting also on the 1-man, but with the 4-man with it. Richie now sees one of those. 1-man comes out, head bump by Snowy over Rad. Makes it a Richie pin for Aka 2 for Mangan. That's really unfortunate for Rad. Going into South 4, Orasu. Snowy with a 2,000 point lead here over the sub. But the sub is a dealer. So this situation I've always found is a bit awkward as the dealer because you're used to ladder where you can just win one hand here practically and close the game out, but that doesn't really work here. The hand, however, they can fill in the 9/8 over 7 really does sort of open that hand up a bit, but that's really what's sort of hinging for them right now. Hatsu Pon by No Name is put them towards a quick Hatsu win, which is keeping them safe from last place, I suppose. Rad here also choosing to open up with a 4-man Chi. Probably just trying to get the game over with at this stage, I'd imagine. As Cheez mentioned earlier, you save from last because of the sub, but you still end on that minus 1,000 points, which hurts. No Name is Tenpai waiting on the 9-so, which they draw. Atsu only. Bringing us to the end of the match. Snowy does take first. With the sub coming in second, No Name in third, and Rad in last place. So we're gonna try and get Snowy in here for a interview.
Oh yeah. I think there should be the link available.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing it now.
You might need to chat for a bit first while I start the other
Yeah,
game.
of course. Hey. Welcome in, Snow. Congratulations on the victory there.
Well, hello.
Well
you very
played. Well played. You managed to rein in the sub there over the course of that game.
Yeah, barely. We played some questionable hands. I think from looking at the chat, did I pass 2 tiles through a DC? It sounds like.
Yeah. So in in this first game here, how do I never remember what the controls for the weird face. But so you Rad DC'd right when you threw this 8-man that got waited on for that entire duration.
Oh, it wasn't his winning tile at least. Okay.
Wasn't his winning tile, but yeah, he wanted that, and then
And then I immediately followed up with another one.
With another one.
Well, I saw the delay and the DC, and then I was like, alright.
yeah, obviously.
The second one now then.
Yeah,
He drew the chun.
But then he drew the chun as well, but he was still
Oh,
DC'd.
that's not even bad.
So
Oh, and then had to deal it. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I wouldn't even mind drawing the chun, but
yeah,
unfortunate.
they're still DC'd, so they got dropped, and
Right.
really unfortunate. I mean, fortunate for you in the end. You managed to, I believe this one went to
1、2、
Yeah.
Rikoku?
You get there
Oh
for
no,
this
no, it didn't. That's right.
sword.
The sub.
Actually, don't want to ask.
The
Well,
the
how
sub
come you
was-
ended up waiting on the 2-5 so?
I didn't realize that was Furutan, so.
It happens.
Yeah.
I heard
Oh,
she
the-
was like, well, I
lead
thought
up. yeah.
the 3-6 looked really bad, but it's better than Furutan probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I have a follow-up question to that. If we go back to when he discarded the 5 sir, how come you chose to discard the 5 sir?
I dealt 5 from this hand. I think I was concerned about the Shimocha
Yeah.
here, so I didn't want to just push the 9-pin, especially when it was the Dora.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
I was-
your
I was kinda-
Kami-cha could be
Yes.
waiting on 9-pin.
Yeah, so I wanted to play a little more conservatively at this point.
Yeah, that did make sense, yeah. 'Cause when you drew the 9-pin, I was like, feeling like that's a little bit awkward here at this point in the hand, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty happy to just pack this one up, I think, even though it was, my dealership East one, but
Mhm.
the hand just didn't really seem to be getting there, so
Sure,
I didn't mind
yeah.
too much. And then I was hoping for a Yukoku at the end, but we just missed it.
Yeah. And then if we go to South 1-0,
Was this the one where I went open as all hell?
well, if we skip to the very last turn,
本半地本
yeah.
Oh, this is the one where
Yeah.
I went open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you open. You
This
managed to
is
get
why-
Tenpai
Yeah,
at the very
barely.
The
end,
very last draw,
I drew,
yeah.
I drew the 2-man, yeah.
which ended up netting you a 12,000k
A
hand at
lot
the
of
very
points.
next hand. So that was
Yeah.
a really important Tenpai for you
Yeah,
to
I
get
got-
right there.
Very lucky on this hand, especially because I played it, I think, very poorly, but worked out in the end.
Well, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean.
And then this hand was quite good, yeah.
Yes, this hand was really good.
地
It was just-
Opening up with perfect shapes and Tudora. Like, you can't ask for more.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, yeah, getting here and
Right,
drawing
I
the-
was a little worried about 7-pin being the deal, in which it wasn't, but I was very happy to draw the 5-man and just change the shape instantly.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we didn't want to deal 7-pin into that at all.
No, and then, yeah, instantly rewarded. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
ロン
And then from there, the last round, you managed to, not the last this one, but here, you actually head bumped
Oh, did I?
Rad, because he was waiting on the 1-man, 5-man Shabo.
1
Oh, and I had the 1-4.
Gee.
Okay.
Roll.
Yeah.
1
So,
地
Convenient.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
A
I mean,
lot
the whole
panning
hand,
out really nicely this Hanchan.
Yeah, Hanchan just panned out really well, for sure.
Alright.
well, yeah, no. Great pickup of points for your team.
Yes. Very happy, pushing us forward a bit more in the rankings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be probably hopping over to watch my teammate play in the next round.
No
Fantastic.
worries at all.
Thanks for having me on.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good
Have a
guys.
good night. Bye. Alright, so we're waiting on this game to start. Where am I? I have lost where I was. Very good. Let me grab the grab the link again. So we're waiting 5 minutes, right? So you want to take a bit of a breather here? We'll be back in 5 minutes. So I think this one. Yeah, it's just. Oh no, it should have just gone live, right? This one here. Oh yeah, any minute. Alrighty. This will be our second game, just starting, and I'll quickly just go update the info panel for the stream.
Home.
Where are we? Try and do some commentary as well while we get this started, like this updated.
No,
So,
I think they're on starting out, so I can start us off. Nazar is our East 1 dealer, does have the double ton pawn with a Haku pair, does draw an 8-man, so putting him closer to Tempai. To his right, we have Higio from Team Tanya Sensation.
yep.
With quite the pinfu hand, also looking at Tanya. Opposite, we have Chewy from Team AU NSW Wanderers. And on our left, we have Des from Tile Dreaming.
We do, yeah. So Tile Dreaming and AU and SW, from my memory, were quite high up on the table.
Yep, first and second,
First
sitting
and
at around 300 points. Tanya Sensation right below them in third, but down at 157 points. And then finally, who's our last one? Nazar from Free Agent Team, who we were just watching. Still below the 8th place cutoff, so would like to rack in some points this Hanchan. Nazo did get Tempai after cheating the 6 pin, waiting on the Haku 5, so Shampon. Haku is loosely sitting in Chewy's hand. Would be unfortunate if they deal that in.
Okay.
And the Aka 5 so is still on the wall somewhere. So no matter what, Nazo's hand is going to be 3 Han. Ooh, Chewy does pair up the Haku, so that's lucky for him instead of being tempted by some sort of Tanya Pinfu hand. Looks like he'll incorporate the Haku.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only saving grace they had for this hand.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that Haku is probably going to end up coming out.
Hugo with an amazing Ishan 10 right now with Haku 2.
Yeah,
Oh, look like Chewy chooses to drop his Haku pair to go for the pin through and deals into double ton Haku for 5,800.
Tight little pickup for Nazo here and their dealership. But Chewy can come right back with this high-buy, that's for sure.
Yeah, not the best shapes with the 1-2 cylinder 9A pin, but
yeah,
serviceable.
Serviceable. Nazo has some nice shapes. They can definitely work the hand around with the right draws.
Yeah, many different ways it could go, like Itsu, 789 Sanshoku.
Yep.
Anything.
Yeah. All depends on what they pick up really in these first couple draws to see where the hand decides to take us. And Pigyo, they can get rid of all these loose edge tiles and honor tiles. Do have also some nice shapes they can definitely work with.
Yeah, with like Pinfu Hopefully draw a 3 so Dora. So they'd have Dora 2.
Yeah, a Friso would pretty much make this hand go from okay to pretty good.
And then Dessa's hand's developing pretty normally.
Yeah. Very, very normal hand for this.
It is technically Ishanten if they want to take it, but it would break all their nice blocks. They do choose to take the Ishanten.
Chewy does manage to pick themselves up at Ipeko. They're still stuck with these two awkward edge weights, but they do take the Tenpai on the 7th pin, which they can see only one, but the other 3 are pretty much all locked into their hands. And yeah, Piggo manages to hit Tenpai the very next turn, chasing with a 1-4-7 so weight. With the 1 so obviously being Itsu, which does come out immediately. Uchi, Pinfu, Itsu, Dora, Aka for guaranteed Hanuman.
Oh, I totally missed that while I forgot that I didn't input the scores in from
the
previous game. So it did deal into the Takame, which was quite massive for Piggo.
Takame Ani Patsu, very unfortunate for this. This hand for Chewy, very, very nice.
Yeah, does have his non-south seat Anko and an east pair with an Aka, can move towards Hanetsu, so
yeah,
quite the easy Mangan that they have. Six-man draw for Nazo does let him use the Aka and his Ishanten.
Yep. Chewy is also technically Ishanten here as well.
Yep. It's not even that bad of an Ishanten. Just
really.
on the east and wait on the 1-4.
Yep.
So will Nazo maximize his Ishanten and discard the Dora? He will.
Yep, I can definitely understand that.
Quite hard to use a 1-man Dora outside of pairing it up, and you already see one discarded by the deal.
Can improve the Ishanten here.
Yep. Picks up Pinfu.
Chewy
Ishanten, yeah. Oh, that was really lucky for Nazo that Chewy drew the 1 so for his Tenpai.
Yeah.
So, all 3 weights for Chewy are still alive in the wall. Oh, Nazo picks one up and I think he will discard it. His Ishanten's so wide and yes, he deals into Chewy's Richi, Ton, Nan, Hanetsu, Aka, Pura for a Baiman. Nope.
Ooh.
That is a rough deal in, to say the least.
Yeah, it's that's a hard spot to fold. Or to not throw the East there. Yeah, the Ishanten's just too wide. You just gotta. I'd be hard pressed to find a way to fold that myself.
Boom.
Nazo punning the east, but not very good shapes and no value. So
yeah,
it's a bit rough. This does have a really nice hand with quite nice shapes.
Yep. Depends. Again,
Makes it even better.
Yeah. Guess the only unfortunate thing is you won't be able to make Pinfu out of this with the South as his pair.
Yeah, but definitely can drop it, seeing as he does have a 5 pin as another pair.
Yep.
And he did choose not to pawn the south.
Yeah, I feel like that's the right decision.
Yep. Four-man pickup for Pigio puts them into Ishan 10 for, well, could be many things.
Could be many things. Yeah, 4-man's a great draw for them.
Yeah. Now they draw like anything around the Mans, like that 6-man right now.
Yep.
They can lock in the usage of both the Dora tiles in their hand. They should totally cheer Forso if it were to come out.
Yeah, for sure. Don't think a Forso is coming out from Nazo's hand, unfortunately.
Des had to break apart one of his blocks. He's choosing to keep the 2-3 pin, which is fruited on the 1 pin, as opposed to the 7-8 man. I think they might have been eyeing a potential Hanetsu.
Yeah.
Which is why they cut that. Meanwhile, Nazo did Tempai. No, not Nazo, sorry. Pigio.
Yeah.
Did Tempai on the 4-7 man. And once again, lucky for Chewy that he drew the 7-man, so it wasn't isolated anymore. Else he would have dealt into Pin Fudora 3. And Pigio with the 6-man draw does Ricci, but once again, Chewy lucky with Sumo. Was that Tanya Adora 1?
Tanya Adora 1, yep.
And shuts down that potentially massive hand.
Yeah, Pigio had upgraded their weight to maybe potentially have an Ipeku also. But yeah, shut down by Vatanya. Chewy managing to avoid disaster twice here early. As well as yeah, having a monster hand to go with it, and he's got a nice hand here again. But Pigio with a Anko of their wind, which is also Dora, with an East pair.
Ooh, but that 4-man draw for Des.
Yeah, it's big.
Puts them into quite the nice Ishan 10. If he pawns the Hatsu, it'll be Hatsu Aka 2.
Yep, I'm more than happy with that. You've still got your dealership left in East, like, yeah. Pigio opens up.
Reach.
And this finds their Tempa waiting on the 3-6er. Richie Akatu.
Now they're thinking about what to discard, choosing to keep his Ishan 10. And discards the Suji 7, so.
2G7 so to the Dora is always... Yeah. Chewy also has a bit of a dilemma here.
Oh, he was quite safe.
It's safe, yeah. It's the right decision here. You don't want to deal into last place Ricci.
So the 6-0s are dead, but there are still 3 3-0s left for this. Oh, and that's Tempai for Nazo. Will they reach you on the 4-pin?
The safe time might be too
tempting. Or
tempting.
the safe 3-pin? Nope, they choose the 4-pin. Waiting on the 2-5-pin. One of each left.
There's one of our freezers.
Yep. So it's a 2 versus 2. But one significantly more value than the other.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
another misses the 4-pin sumo.
Ah, well. Not much you can do about it, unfortunately. Six-pin pass by Pigio probably indicates they're happy to fold this hand out. There's the 5-pin though.
Boom.
Yep. Just Ricci only for now. For one.
For one. Putting Des further into last place, but again, their dealership is now, so
Yeah, would like to make the most out of this dealership if they can.
so immediately they've got a chance here to make this hand some kind of chanter.
Yeah. Even Sanshoku with E-Faker.
Yeah, even Sanshoku is on the table. And Chewy's got a Kokushimuso looking kind of hand.
Yeah, 3 Shanten.
Yeah.
So Nazo is Ishanten now with 1 Dora. Ooh, East for Chewy puts them into 2 Shanten for Kokushi. Ooh, but Nazo upgrades his Ishanten, picking up Tanyao, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, Chewy needs 9 so,
1
9
left.
pin Haku.
Yeah, 1 9 so, 2 9 pins, 3 Haku.
3 Hakus. Yeah, so that 9 so is probably the bottleneck.
Yeah. He needs to draw the last one and hope that someone discards one into their Tenpai.
Let's try get Tenpai first, shall we?
Yeah. Let's try and
Speaking
get
of
to
which,
that.
Nazo does get Tenpai, waiting on the 6 so 8 pin Shampon, does Ricci.
Oh, he finds
One
it.
of each left in the wall. 9 so draw for Chewy, which was the bottleneck tile. And
Oh,
I think
he has to go, right?
they
Yeah.
might have to go.
Oh, second
Oh,
Ricci.
what an Oikake Ricci from Death, waiting on 691 for Ricci Chun Dora Aka.
Inferred.
So 5 pin is safe for now, but Chewy will have to think about whether he wants to keep pushing if he
Yeah.
draws more dangerous tiles.
That's over.
But he doesn't have to think about it because Desu just Simmons. And just like we talked about when this hand started, Desu did want to make the most out of this dealership, and he sure did with the dealer Hanuman Sumo.
Dealer Hanuman, yep. Puts them straight back into the fight. Nazo here, pretty good hand to start with. He's got a Dora, he's got nice shapes.
Not bad for Pigio as well,
Yeah.
if he gets a bit more help. Not as good of a hand from our dealer this time around.
Not quite, yeah. But he's definitely, he keeps drawing the right tiles. You can definitely quickly move this hand to a Tenpai. That's sort of what he's looking for. Really wants to try and make use of the door if they can.
Yeah, so if they do like draw a 4 pin, it won't be too bad to drop the Dora and just replace it with Tanyao instead.
Yeah.
Ooh, but if they draw the 1 pin, maybe the 5 mark
Yeah.
and float a potential Itsu.
No, he chooses to cut the pair, which is fine.
I think they
enough.
choose to cut 2 so because if they draw like a 3 so or a 1 so, they can have a 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku chance.
Yeah.
I assume is what they're thinking. Oh, but they swap it out for a more efficient tile.
Hmm.
Nazo is Ishanten.
Pretty nice, Shanten.
Could have cut the 3 mana instead to have a few more tiles that they could draw.
Yeah.
Pigio is just developing his hand normally, still to Shanten. Tenpai for our dealer. I think they just have to Ricci and wait on the Dora.
He chooses not to.
But they choose not to.
Yeah, I feel like I would have just reached that as dealer.
Yeah. I think they're eyeing that 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku.
Yeah, it could
Oh,
be,
but they
yeah.
draw the 9, so. So not only did you have to discard your Dora, you end up with a worse weight.
Yeah, there's only one 8-so left in the wall. And
2-man draw for Nazo is somewhat awkward.
yeah,
They do choose to break their 5, 6, 7 pin because they are Ishan 10 for a potential Rian Beiko, but all the 1-mans are dead, just as Chewy discarded the last one.
yeah. But you can still pick up a 4, I guess. No Rian
Yep.
Peiko's a bit sad.
Definitely. Okay, so Jess can now take a 5-man 7-so Shampon. And now switches to a 4-7-man Rianmen
Runman, yep.
for Richi Pinfu.
Yeah. This
Yeesh.
feels alright, but yeah, Chase here from Nazo.
I think they'll cut.
Yeah.
Well, they choose to cut the 1-man, replacing it with Tanya, waiting on the 2-man 6-pin Shampon. So there are no 7-mans left. Two 4-mans left.
One
And
6-pin.
and no 2-mans, so it's a 2v1. And Death gets his 4-man sumo. For Richi Tsumo Pinfu, 1 Ura is massive, turning it into 2,600 with the bonus is 2,700 off.
Yeah.
Raking in more points.
Putting him into a, for now, strong first place.
Yep. They have quite the fast hand this round. They can get the Haku Pon.
Yeah, Hakupon, which can easily come out here from Pigyo or Nadzo at any point.
Yep.
Chewy also with a fast hand that can fill one of the contracts.
Alright, we have a fast Ishan 10
Yeah.
from Pigyo. But it's only Chun only.
Chun only, but he takes the dealership away from Des. 10 Pi
Ooh.
for Chewy.
Getting on the Kanchan 3 so for Tanya Akawan. Oh, and Sanshoku, sorry.
Oh yeah, man, Sanshoku.
So Dama Mangan. And none of the 3 players can use the Sanso.
Yep.
Well, technically Nazo can, but I think he's eyeing Hanitsu.
Yeah, it would seem
Yep.
so.
So whoever draws the 3 so is totally dead.
Yeah.
So Death might be hesitating, thinking if Pigyo wants a 6-0, but does continue progressing his hand.
I can't help but feel that Chewy wants that 7, so there's the free
Oh, and does Sumo the
Free
3, so Sumo Tanya Sanshoku Aka. 2,000, 4,000.
absolute killer hand from Chewy.
Sends him into first, so we have quite the battle for first this Hanchan.
We do. So Nadzo now in the same situation that Des was in, looking to try and rein back in the players. Haku are now Mochi Mochi. Make things a bit
I
tricky.
feel like we saw this before.
Yeah.
But now he has a Hatsu pair. There's no way that Desu will draw the last Hatsu. but
Okay.
then still decide to cut it anyways because he wants to go for a Pinfu hand.
Yeah.
Definitely won't happen this Hanchan, I swear.
Boom.
There we go.
We have a Pawn of Hearts through from Nazo. Quite cheap at the moment. If they can draw a 4-pin, it would give them a Dora and upgrade their weight.
Yeah. They've got the 5-pin though, so
Because if they draw a South, then they can move towards the Honnet.
it's the Hanitsu, yeah. South will be almost definitely pawned by Pigyo.
Ooh, but now they have to decide whether to maximize their Ishan-10 or drop the Akapaiman or keep the Akapaiman, which they do. Choosing not to take the 147 so wait, because they are currently free turn on it.
Yeah.
Cheez.
So will they commit to the Hanitsu?
I feel like if you cheat a 3-1, you have to commit to the Hanetsu.
Yeah.
Which they do.
Yeah.
Dora draw from Chewy, choosing not to cut it. Massive Dora draw from Des. Is actually Tenpai.
Yes. Chun 7 so wait.
Choosing not to Richi.
Probably feels comfortable enough in their lead, I suppose. Also, I mean, it's a bit of an awkward Richi. You know, you're waiting on the last Chun. Your hand. Well, your pawn, like. Sozo doesn't look good against it.
So the argument is that if someone draws a Chun, they might just cut it anyways.
Yeah.
They do have the chance to change it to a 6-9 so wait now, which they do for Richi Dora Aka.
Boom.
South gets dropped from Nazo, gets immediately pawned by Higyo, which was now Tenpai, for double South Akatu. Tenpai for Nazo as well on the Haku 9-man.
So 1 9-man.
Yep. I think there's 3 of the 6-9 so's. Oh, a 6-man gets drawn from Nazo. It deals into the Mangan.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
So Nazo not quite as lucky as Des, does not benefit from their dealership.
Unfortunately not. So that's put Pigyo into temporary first as they start their leadership with a Haku pair.
One of the Dora in each of Pigyo and Chui's hand. Pigyo immediately pairing it up. There is a Daisangen chance.
There is. He'd have to get the remaining Hatsu, which now there is one there.
They did choose to drop the 1-pin instead of hedging for a Honetsu kind of hand.
Yeah. I think you always see these kinds of high buys when you've got, you know, a pair of one dragon and 2 of the others, and you hope. Here goes the Daisangen chance, unfortunately. But Shosangen is still on the table.
Ishan 10 for Des, but drops the Haku for Pigyo to pawn.
I have a feeling we might never see this Chun come out from Chewy's hand. He is the kind of player to hold on to that Dora Dragon, I think. Especially after you see a pawn from your Kamicha and you haven't found any Dora yet.
And even aside from safety, it looks like he might go towards a Honetsu, which he definitely want to keep that Chun for.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Ishan 10 for Nazo.
Yeah, the potential to upgrade it to a Pinfu weight as well.
Yep.
They can find the right tiles. Bit of an awkward Chi.
Going for Itsu?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Though they see 3 of the 9 mons into discard, so quite the ambitious Chi. And now all the 9 mons are dead.
Yeah. So they can save this by getting Sanchoku, I was gonna say, but even that was a bit of a reach. At this stage, I probably just want to get to a 10 by, I'd imagine. Speaking of which,
5/8 mon tempo.
5/8 mon Tampai. The chance to upgrade it to a Toy as well if they grow into it.
Really unfortunate that they didn't hard commit to a Honetsu because they did end up drawing that last Hatsu.
Yeah, they
or
did.
even the 9 pin.
Yeah.
Oh, but does pick up the Toy now.
So the 6 mons are most likely locked away.
Yeah.
But the 2
But
5
both
pins,
the
yeah.
5 pins are left. So if they do manage to sumo it, it would be Haku Chun, Toy, Sananko, Dora 3, which would be a dealer Baimon. But meanwhile, Tenpai for Death waiting on the 1/4 pin. Oh, nope.
No
Did not
fear.
choose to change the weight. So 1/4 pin, 1 pin left, and 1/4 pin left?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a 2v2.
ズモ
Oh, and Death Sumo is the 1 pin, unfortunately, for Figure. For Richi Tsumo, Aka 2, Nura.
Another Mangan for this.
And put them into first now, going into South 3. I think, like, since East 4 or something, whoever's in first place has been changing every hand.
Yep, I believe that's right. So Chewy hand here. Yes, so yeah, drop the dragons unless he pairs them up. Feels a bit slow, but I mean, no one's specifically fast yet, although South pair is going to help Nazo here. They do decide to open up the hand. They are in a very decisive last place. They might be looking for something more. This is the kind of hand you can maybe eye up a potential Suanko if you draw enough of the right things.
Yeah. That is Tenpai for Figure, but is Rishi only, does take it. Waiting on the penchant 7 mon, which is 1 left.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit loose in Nazo's hand though if they're afraid of discarding or doesn't want to discard the Zora. Oh, but Death is also Tenpai Dharma for the 369 mon, which gets run immediately for Pin Fedora 1.
Not much Nazo can do there.
Yep.
Puts us into Urasu.
So, Chewy will need a Mangan Sumo to overtake Death. What can they get? They could go for like Chun Honitsu Aka
Gee.
or Chun Dora 3. So few opportunities for them to overtake this.
Pigyo needs Haneman Sumo Mangan directed.
Yep, or they might just win a 3-Han hand and take second.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nazo, as we can see, definitely out of contention for a placement upgrade. So just trying to maximize points, going for this, hopefully Chinitsu in his eyes, I assume.
Yeah. You kind of aim big, go for the Chinitsu. Chewie does find his Chun.
Boom. Boom.
And 10-5 for Chinitsu for Nazo. One of each remaining.
And at this point, well, people might think he's 10-5, but he hasn't dropped the Sozu yet.
Yeah, no overflow. You're never quite sure what to make about that. Pigyo, no fear though.
Des is dropping Sozu into Nazo. I think he wants to try and deal into a Mangan and end the hand, but what if he dealt into a Chinitsu Aka 1?
Would be very unfortunate.
Yeah. So I think he was thinking that Nazu's hand might be capped when it wasn't necessarily. Oh,
And
but right after
he passes it.
Oh, he wants a direct hit. Oh, but he draws the 8. Oh, but he pushes the 8 to Shama. What is happening?
Boom.
Oh, what a
take it.
nice thing is from Pigyo. What happened at the end of that? Hanchan.
Chewie was excited for that first place. For
That
sure.
went way too quickly.
But yeah, so we end there. Des in first, Chewie in second, Pigyo in third, Natsu managing to climb back to positive in the end.
Akarin has not replied to my message on
Akarin.
if he wants to.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll give him a minute.
Else we can maybe
Yeah,
open up the replay and look at the last hand in slow-mo and see exactly what
I was
happened.
just grabbing it now, just in case, regardless. But yeah. So this last hand, we'll put it back on. First of this, okay.
Nazo?
Put it.
No,
this isn't
one
Nazo.
to the left.
Yeah, sorry.
A.
Yeah. So
So we can skip like the maybe the 10-7 from combo. Yeah, so we can see the 5-so and 6-so gets dropped by Akarin in this next turn.
yeah,
So I assume that he
must
wants to
be.
deal
Yeah.
into Nazo, but he should even be worried of potentially dealing into Chewie's hand. So I think he was really wanted to just deal into Nazo's hand and end the Hanchan.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's the only thing that really makes sense here.
But yeah,
Yeah,
there was definitely a chance of something going wrong if Nazo had one Aka, which which just wouldn't be able to tell where it was.
Yeah, I guess, like, is there any way he could think you can put someone here on just a Honitsu? Like, you can maybe consider Chewie to be on Honitsu, but with 3 souls or pawns, yeah, and no Aka inside, it feels a bit loose.
Yeah, and even giving the South Pawn to Chewie didn't help Akarin much.
Okay,
Lucky for them, as we keep going, we did see the 2-so get drawn by Nazo, which got passed from Chewie because he's aiming for either the direct hit or the sumo to overtake first.
Yeah. Then 9-so drawn by Pigyo,
But not discarded.
but not discarded. into
And
the
then
two
Eizo
monsters.
drawn from Chewy and not
Not
discarded. Which was really well done from Chewy, because if he had dealt in that 8, so trying to go for that first place, he could have come third instead
Yeah.
if he dealt in.
So even Joey's saying, well, I don't need to risk the ace, so here I can just take the less weight.
Okay, so it looks like Akaran had AFK. They are back, so I will see if we can get them in.
Oh, yep, sure. I'll put us on Akaran's perspective. Who is Watashi? Is he Michaelis? Or?
Is Akaran miceless? Akaran's miceless. It might be a bit difficult. We'll get a confirmation if Akaran is miceless, or if he's getting his mic sorted out.
Regardless, it all started here with this Honeyman, which was, I forget how far into the hand. Oh, that's right, Chewy was on this. I forgot about the Kokushi.
Well, we forget about it because it didn't end up happening, so.
Oh, he's typing. It's alright. Oh my god, he's just muted.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, look, if your mic's not working, it's alright, Akaran.
Yeah, if you want to share any thoughts about the Hanchan instead, then feel free to type in a message and we'll share it with the chat.
But otherwise, well played. Managing to come back from this last place that you were in East 4th was obviously well played for sure.
Yeah, and even as we were commentating through the Hanchan, it was quite the battle for first.
Yeah.
Swapping first places here and there.
Back and forth pretty much for the entirety of the South round. Very very volatile Hanchan.
Other than Fernando, he was just in free fall.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You were trying to deal it on South 4th? Yeah, we assume so. Just based on the discards.
Yeah, so were you not worried about... Obviously you're trying to deal into Naz's hand in the Hanchan in first, but were you not worried that it might have been a Chinitsu with an Aka, and if you dealt into 12,000, you would have dropped placing? Or even progressing or dealing into Chewy's hand, which ended up happening with that South discard, so...
Yeah.
Oh.
Because what he's saying is, decide to try the South, and then it's taken by Chewy, and you probably feel it a little bit precarious.
But all worked out in the end. Yeah, looks like Akaran had to drop out, so...
Yeah, no, that's right.
Unfortunately, we didn't get a proper interview with him.
That's alright. Not everyone always has... That's not what I wanted. The best of microphones. Was this gonna see as...
So I think there is still one game running if we want to hop in. But you are in the...
Yeah.
Yeah. What round are they on?
Oh, no, it's already over. Was it just finished?
Give
it another go.
No? Oh wait, not in Hombre's game. It should be...
Was there another one?
Yeah, it should be another one.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
There we go.
Is that... Yeah. So Akarin saying, yeah, he was the risk of dealing into Chewy, but he wanted to end it quickly.
Yeah. Was probably a draining Hanchan for the players, I feel.
Yeah, no, that was with the amount of back and forth in that game. Yeah, you can really put a drain on a player.
Alright, so hopping into this game.
Eat.
Currently, Miku opposite the table is in first with his dealership in South 3. Second place is YR, who chases but probably will deal in on the 6th one and does deal into the Patsu of Koala, our sub for this Hanchan. Richi a Patsu Pinfu Aka for a Mangan.
And yeah, Urasu for Koala, who is subbing the second game here for Cubeheads. Let me just tick this off. But yeah, strong lead here for Miku in South 4th.
Yeah, so as we discussed in the first Hanchan, when it comes to sub, your placement will only matter relative to the other two players that are playing. So Forte would like Amangan Sumo to be able to overtake YR. But both players are quite too far away to take away Miku's first place.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to see, especially with these hands that try and take it first. It's always possible. With the right draws for YR, they can get closer. But that's what, 25k? Yeah.
No matter how much Koala rampages and, for example, deal at sumos, that won't change Miku's first place.
Yeah. Yeah,
There we go. Yep.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're pretty much. It's a matter of seeing whether Forte and YR see who finishes where in this South Fourth, I'd imagine.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much stuck to that. Yeah. As for YR, yeah. So YR.
Yeah, did she, but not sure where he's going to get his Yaku.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure that out myself.
Forte does have an out to get the manga and sumo that he needs. If you can get a Sanaka sumo.
Yep.
Or Suanko.
Or Suanko. Suanko! Yeah, that would be enough for first.
Though that second 4-man from Miku kills that pair of 4-mans in Forte's hand.
Yeah, that's right. You just have to find the other one. It's not a problem.
Did have the choice to pawn it and go for like a toy.
Toy Haku maybe.
Yeah. Hatsu, but they
Hatsu,
would
sorry,
need
yeah.
to sumo both the remaining weights. So I think they might have a better chance going for like a Richi sumo, maybe Hatsu, maybe Uro 1 or 2, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Pipin is good pickup for YR, but I'm still not sure where they're finding Shaku. Yeah, Sanshoku is a possibility.
Probably not, because then they'd have to cut
Boom.
it like the east and basically break the whole set. I think the best bet was going for Honitsu, but unfortunately they threw away their Pinzu earlier, so now they have to rebuild.
Yeah, I
Those
suppose
shades.
so, yeah.
Eat.
Tenpai for Koala, depending on 1 4-man. Richi Pinfu Door 2, very good.
Very disciplined hand from Koala.
4-man's dead, but 2 1-mans left.
So Miku does decide to Chi.
Breaks the Apatsu.
It breaks the Apatsu. And there's a chance at just getting to Tenpai if this goes to Rikoku.
Yep, but won't be able to drop the east, so I think their main goal was just to break the Apache.
Yeah, most likely. If Koala does... If he wants to hit the Apache, it just makes that a little bit harder to keep your first place. Yeah, in points at least.
Okay. Yeah. Forte does not get tempted by the early 2-man cut on Koala.
Yeah, could definitely have seen an argument for cutting the 1-man because of that. But yeah, this full discipline just throws the Hatsu.
So still 1-man left.
And unable
Doesn't
to
get
find
it.
yeah. So Rikyoku, Koala the only one Senpai. Is unfortunate for Miku. Puts him ever so closer to... yeah, it feels weird because, like, I guess you don't really care too much, but...
Yeah, it matters for their individual personal stats and
Yeah,
standings. So,
that's true, yeah.
for example, if Koala does overtake Miku, the score that Miku gets in the Hanchan will be recorded in his stats, but he will get the bonus Uma for a first place.
Right, yeah.
Ooh, 6-pin draw for Koala might move him towards, well, could be a lot of things. Could be 5, 6, 7 Zanshuku, could be a Pinzu Itsu.
He's got Dora 2 as well to go with it, probably.
So YR does have Dora 3, but does need a bit of work.
Yeah, Dora 3... Again, it's hard to see him catching Miku in one hand.
Yeah. Just wants to keep third place and maybe rack up some more points if they can.
Yep. And Miku could shut this hand down pretty quick. They are...
Still 2 Shanten
Still
with
2 Shanten,
somewhat bad shape.
My pin for Koala does bring them closer.
Yeah. That is Ishanten for Chi Toy for YR, but they would have to drop Fedora.
Dora, yeah.
Choosing not to take the Ishanten for the normal hand.
Yeah, even Toy Dora free direct on Miku doesn't even get in there.
Miku is Ishanten with a potential 4, 5, 6 Sanshoku with 1 Aka.
Yeah.
That is Tenpai for Forte.
The free
I
pin.
do think they should Richi, because if they Richi Sumo on the Dora and hit 1 Ura, that would be enough to overtake YR.
Yeah.
Now, we can see that there's no Doras left for them to draw, but they don't know that.
And Koala...
Let's pick up Tan Yao.
Yeah, this, and he still chooses to Dharma this. But at least they have Yaku now.
Yeah, like you said, Koala did Ricci on the Kanchan 2 pin, which is dead. And Miku also got Tenpai waiting on the 4-7 pin. 4 pin being Zanshoku, but they now draw a 3-so, which isn't quite safe against the Ricci, so what will they decide to do?
Yep.
They decide to fold.
Yep.
Oh, and the 4 pin comes out immediately from
Boom.
Koala.
And
Does get pawned
6.
by YR and drops the 2 pin into the Ricci. For Ricci, Dora, Aka, no Ura, but that is still 8,000 points, including the bonus.
Well, unfortunate for YR, but this makes a third a lot more achievable for Forte. And Koala's hand is a bit clumsy.
So unfortunately, Chun only isn't enough for Forte unless they Simmer win it.
Yeah, even. Yeah, no, it's just short, isn't it? Was it? Yeah, it's like 200 point short. So. Just trying to see if there's anything else really going on. Miku has a cheatoyish looking hand currently, but they don't really have any need to try and push this, so as you notice, sit on the hand and see what happens. 7-so for Koala is nice because it fills in that Hanchan or Kanchan, depending what they want to do with it. 1-so for YR is also a very nice pickup. There's the Chun.
Boom.
Forte does take it, so he does need to find some value elsewhere to make this comfier. He could find the Aka 5-pin, could Khan the Chun if he draws it.
Yeah, so they could have kept the 6 pin on the off chance that they draw an Aga 5 pin, but they might have been looking more like if they draw a 2 or a 3, so they'll pick up Sanshoku.
Yeah.
So maybe they should have dropped the 3 man so that they can keep both potential options open.
So this 5-so, yeah, it's not any good for YR. He does find Tenpai waiting on the 3-6 for
No Yaku.
currently no Yaku.
Oh, and 3 gets drawn by Forte. I assume he will go for the Sanshoku. Don't see why he wouldn't.
Unless they've miscounted, like it's really the only option.
Yep.
I guess the only issue is from Forte's perspective, a bit hard to get a read on what YR is doing in terms of what their weights might be.
Yeah, but I don't think you can care too much because if you deal into, you know, maybe 2,000 points. But if you win, that's 20,000 plus points.
Yeah.
So the reward definitely outweighs the risk.
Tenpai for Chewy. The 8-so 4-man. But he is also
for Miku.
currently. For Miku, sorry.
Miku, not sure.
Sorry. Yeah.
For Chewy.
But he's also Yakunashi currently.
Yep.
But for Chewy, for Miku, you know, if he does sumo it, he can just accept it without any worries. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got like secret messages from Miku. I get the feeling that he did not know about how the sub affects the points and standings. So I think he was worried that if Koala overtakes him, that he will lose his first placement.
Yeah, yep.
Else, if that wasn't the case, I think he would totally reach this Dora 3-hand. Which he might now with the 3-6 man.
Each.
And he does.
Here we go, yep.
So no 6 mans left. 1 3 man left.
1 free man left, yep.
Which immediately gets dropped by YR.
Ichi brought store it to Aka 1. No Urad keeps it for a Mangan. Makes the first place tidier for Miku. Yeah, pretty tidy first place. Plus 73. He'll take that one all the way to the bank for his team. Yeah.
Probably won't get an interview because we didn't get to see how the whole Hanchans played out.
No, that's
so
fine, yeah.
I really asked about.
Yeah, it's a really good win from Miku. His team was sitting about mid-table at the start of the night, so mid-table for the top 8. So yeah.
Let me just update the scores. And then we can take a look at the standings.
So yeah, again, so unfortunately for Cubeheads UW, they do take a double -50 tonight. Which isn't insurmountable by any means, but does make it a bit trickier. Again, I mean, the team in 8th place, which is the bottom position for the top 8, is at -50, so any of the teams that are below them can still make it back in this time. But yeah, Tile Dreaming, AUNSW still number 1 and 2 by a good measure of points.
Yeah, I think they both did really well in their Hanchans. We saw Des get a first in their Hanchan, and Rariel in the first set of Hanchans, which we weren't watching, also got a first.
Also got a first,
Mikan Khan from AUNSW got a second in the first Hanchan, and we saw Chewy got a second.
There you go. And Hombre just quickly updated the graph. I can pull that up as well, so you can see these two just climbing ever higher. While some teams took a bit of a free fall, the FA team and UW.
Yeah, is making the comeback.
They are making the comeback. I mean, like I've been saying, all it takes is just a start, and that could be the start they're looking for. But yeah, no, thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you for joining me, Chewy. Not Chewy, Cheez, sorry. Chewy, Cheez. Names are going. Once again, we'd have a hashtag ARMA League 2022 on Twitter if you want to tweet anything, favorite plays, favorite hands, any memes you've got, throw them up there. Tomorrow night you'll be having Jay, and I believe he's got Daske coming on.
Fantastic. Prepared for some very insightful
plays in
commentary.
Yeah, commentary. But other than that, thanks for joining me. Everyone have a good evening or day or afternoon or